Can anyone hear me? No,
I can hear you.
there we go.
Watering the plants, like full onions and other things like that.
Can you say that again? Because it's my end apparently, and I got alien speak.
Oh, okay. No, I just saying, just watering the plants. Got a lot of the things that I'm growing over here. So whether it's pineapple or onions or watermelon or whatever.
That's cool. That's very cool. I was doing all mine yesterday. I've got a bunch of potted plants also, and if I don't keep them wet enough here outside of Orlando, the wind will take them down. So it's crazy.
Let's see.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all can see it well. I don't know how to flip it, but
We can.
oh wait, there we go. Flip
Nice.
it. These are a bunch of peppers. More watermelon.
Oh, very cool. We knew you had a green thumb. That's cool.
Yeah, learning from an old friend.
Love it. All right, Betty, can you hear me now? I mean, you could hear me, but can I hear you? Nope, can't seem to get Betty. All right, Liz.
Yeah, I sent her an IM and it says that she's not on the meeting. So maybe her connection's not working.
Gotcha. Thank you. All right. Maybe if she goes back in, I'll type that in. Hey, Liz, give us some good news, darling.
I have a buyer's appointment on Monday
Yay.
and my new recruit is fully signed on to the team.
Woohoo. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Seriously, congratulations. Congrats on closing for that appointment. How did you close for that appointment? Like, what was it that you did?
I just asked her.
I
mean,
all it is.
Could it be any more simple? No. Do I make it more complicated? Yes. And it was literally just asking her for it. And
Yep.
I asked her, what is today? I lose track of my days.
Thursday.
Thursday. So I asked her yesterday and we set it up last night for Monday lunchtime.
Perfect. It's just a natural progression. That's all it is just a natural progression of talking to people. Just like if I met you and you were my friend and I saw you and I'd be like, oh my God, we should go grab coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually mean it, you know?
And I'll be talking to her in between, but we are meeting personally Monday. So thrilled about that.
Awesome stuff. Kathy.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh, you are right there. What's good going on?
Well, hopefully I just got done taking some stupid pictures. I hate doing them of myself. And
so that's some good news.
yeah. So I just took some this morning. That's why I'm late.
Yep.
So.
Well, you look fabulous.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Congratulations. I don't like doing pics either, and I totally hear you. And it's because I change as soon as I take a pic, I'll change my hair. I'll cut it. I'll do whatever. I really don't want to cut my hair now, so we're not going to do pics for a little while.
Well, that's exactly what happened to me. I did the doggone things last time, and didn't cut my hair off. Period.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Darling Nelly, what's some good news that you got down there? You're on mute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I need to look for my headset. Good morning, everybody. Good news.
Good morning.
Yep.
That I met with my investor, and he's extremely serious, and we're just getting closer and closer to it. So,
I love it. How hard was that meeting, or how easy was that meeting?
it was pretty easy. Thanks to Brianna's not here. She's been just a pillar for me. She's awesome. So we met, on Zoom together, and we're going to set up another meeting. I just have to decide, he's a friend / investor, but he found out I'm a realtor. So he just kind of came to me. Well, I went to him and he was totally open to it. And I called him. I said, hey, I'm doing real estate. He said, yeah, what you got for me? And that was it. We went further.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yep. I hugely love it. I think we should coin a term called friendvestor.
Friendvestor. Friendvestor.
If they're not already investors, then we should teach our friends so they can be for investors, because I kind of like that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So it's, and other things. I called other friends and, you know, my sphere yesterday, and they all responded really well. So
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, you guys, what kinds of challenges do you guys have?
can I go?
course.
Since I'm on.
Yeah.
My challenge is my sphere is fine. I'm having a challenge. Don't know how to do cold calling and what to do or anything, even with the um, scripts you guys have. But Michael Ussery, he said he's gonna let me listen up on him when he's calling. So I have an appointment to it tomorrow.
That's cool.
There is Mike. I didn't even see you there.
He's here. He's got Disneyland behind him now. Or Disney World.
It's a goatee. I don't remember a goatee on him.
Hey, Michael,
Yes, ma'am.
you could record it and let us all listen.
No, you don't want to hear the things I got to say publicly. I say things that should never be repeated, and I don't want any evidence. It's just her
But
word
why-
and my word. That's it.
So why am I
No.
missing it?
We all know he's got a little thing in his pocket, so we're already there. I had somebody listen to me cold call one time, and I was shocked because I didn't know the things that I was doing or saying that I just developed over time. And it was pointed out to me. So it's actually cool on both sides, because I learned the things that I do that I didn't even know I did. One of the things that I do is I'll use, I'll say, hey, can I just ask you one question? And I will say that, oh, I don't know, like 27 times. And I'll just keep them going. And they always say yes. And then we progress the conversation until I can get the, get the stupid appointment set. But I had no idea that I use that as sort of a, I don't know, a crutch or a script or a pet phrase or something like that. Can I just ask you one more question? And people always say yes, they just do. So that'll be fun. When are you guys doing it?
Tomorrow morning, right after this, I think.
Cool beans. Cool beans. All right. What other kinds of challenges, or Nelly, do you want to stay in the place of asking about cold calling or anything like that?
No, we could just move forward. I mean, I'll figure out what's my what
Did
I'm
you-
having challenges with.
Did you get the scripts I sent you?
I haven't yet, no.
It should be in your email, and there's a link there for KV Core for setup.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Michael. All right. What are the kinds of challenges you guys got?
Can I ask you a question, Gina?
Of course.
So I had asked the question the other day about things that I could do to strategies, sales strategies that I can develop in this market. And so after you all made some suggestions, I went back and looked, and I'm always gathering, like a squirrel, I'm always gathering nuts and storing them different places. So I came across a list of strategies that can be used in this, market of multiple offers. So I sent that to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have the team's, emails. So I was wondering if you could share that with them.
Oh, I can do even better than that. I can teach you where to find all the team emails, and then you will always have access to everybody on the team.
Oh, okay, that's fine. And then I could put it there. That'd be fine.
Yep. So the best ways to disseminate information on the team, the two best ways, well, there's three actually that I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe you guys have more. But one is when Bev sends out the recap. If we talked about something on a meeting, just send it over to Bev and tell her to please put it into the recap that follows over after the meetings. That's a great way to get it out. Workplace is always a great place to get it out on the GIA team. And then on My Investment Services, our website, if you go there, and in GIA resources is the team roster, and that's updated. It's very, very current. So I know the new people go on instantly. People don't leave our team very often, and I think that's updated really quickly, maybe by the end of the week also for that, although there's not a lot of that. But anyway, that will get you the current roster. What I personally did for me, just to make it easy, is who here uses Trello boards? Do y'all use Trello at all? I gotta know, I got a bunch of pictures. I don't think Michael, you don't use Trello either, do you? Nope. All right. I like Trello and I highly recommend it. And here's why I recommend it. I took everything EXP, everything GIA, everything in my own, all my own scripts, all my own stuff and everything else. And I put it all on one Trello board, sorted out by EXP stuff, GIA stuff, all that. And the cool thing with that is that it doesn't matter where I want to go or what I want to go. I go to Trello and every link for everything is there, everything. And all I got to do is go, you know, it's one portal to get through. So that's why I like it. Now, that's not all Trello will do. It'll do a ton more, communicate with my assistant with it and everything like that. But that's, it's just it's great for those tools. If you guys do decide to get Trello at some point or want to look into it, I can share all of our boards. I can make you, so you look at it and then you copy the board over and then you've got all the information on your own board. So you'd have it also. Then you can rearrange it or do whatever you do with it. So that's one of my tricks that, because it was overwhelming with just all the tools that we've got all over the place. And because there's billions of them, you know?
Yeah, I need to check into that. I just have to watch monies.
So I think you can do a Trello one board for free, which means putting it all on one board. I am not positive about that, but look into it because I'm 99.99% positive there's a free version of Trello. I upgraded because I'm sharing with people all the time. So I'm paying like $120 a year or something like that for it. And I could be wrong.
Which isn't bad, you know.
It's not, but if you're trying to keep your costs down, there's a free version. And with the free version, you can still see everything. We can share it with you and you can have your own boards and you can move and manipulate those and do anything you want to with that.
And the purpose of this is to do what?
There's two purposes that I use Trello for. Well, there's a few actually. The first one is I gathered all the resources. So if I'm looking for something, I don't have to log into Gary's site or EXP. I took all the EXP resources and everything. So they're all in one place. That's the first one. The second one is, well, hang on, let's do this. Let's share a screen and let's go through some of what I use Trello for. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So this is my screen that I deal with Ava with. And so Ava, I don't know why that's looking like that, but whatever. My screen better not be locked up. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Okay, so this is my first one that Ava, so whenever I have something new to go, it pops in here. We're color coded. She moves it over, takes care of it for me. I can see everything that she's done, reminders, etc. The second one I use is for agent attraction. When we're bringing an agent on, the whole entire process is all outlined here. And so it automatically will tell me, look, this is who you need to follow up with. And then when you're done following up with them, it automatically slide them over to the next level and the next level and continues all the way through. So we can watch and see and make sure that everybody's got access to like all of our tools and stuff. So we've got checklists and everything. So let's go through.
This is a to-do list.
It is a gargantuan to-do list, but it's a to-do list on steroids in that there's checklists in there. And when I click something on the checklist, it says, oh, you're done with this. Here's this whole next checklist that comes on and it will slide it over to the next spot and then give you the reminders also.
So you take one person coming in here, the Tiffany, and you put the checklist into that box and then just go through each one.
Yep. So up here are the questions that we've asked them. So we know kind of the stuff that we want to see. We can put this in any order. We can have it on the screen in any order. When they're coming on, newly licensed checklist, pre-appointment checklist, birthday checklist, everything with the application, and then the things that we want to make sure that we're following up with that they're doing, everything on how to teach them about KB Core, all this stuff.
So you just
Now, is that one? Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, now, is that one board or in each of those things that you move over or another one?
If this is one whole board, I happen to have, see your boards, I happen to have many boards. So I have my board with my assistant. When we're coaching, this is my board for coaching. This is everybody I'm coaching. All my notes are in here. Events, we're doing some classes. And so this is really our schedule before the classes. Let me see, EXP tools. I took everything EXP that they had, agent tools, workplace, SkySlope, KB Core, all of it, because it's all over the place in EXP. And so I just dumped it all here. When I run across something, I grab it. The directory. So it's literally, if I want to know somebody in KV Core, it's click, click, and I'm right into the directory.
Oh, so you're, okay.
On
One-
Gary and Gina,
One-stop shopping.
it's one stop. Gary and Gina. So this is all the stuff we have. So like the roster that I was talking about, all right here. Everything is all right here. Gary's professional chart, all of our scripts, all of our marketing, links to Gary's calendar, my calendar, Jody's calendar, all of it. I just grabbed it, and the deal was, let me stop sharing. The deal was I love Gary and I love how brilliant he is. I do not understand his organization. It doesn't make any sense to me. And maybe it's my organization that doesn't make sense, but that Trello board makes sense to me. It's in alphabetical order and what I consider to be a logical order of things grouped together, super easy for me to find. So in my workday, my Trello board is open, and then really my Trello board is open, and I'm doing the things that I'm doing. I do have my my CRMs open. Those are my two main things that are open, my CRM and my Trello board. And then anything that needs to be communicated with my assistant or anybody else just goes straight over onto the Trello board. And I don't have to worry about it. It's right there, boom, click, put the notes in, dump, walk. If I need to keep my own notes, it goes there and it just put the notes in, dump, walk. So that's what I do. It's like it's a to-do list on steroids. It really is, Michael. Yeah. So, all right. Yes.
Gotta run, guys.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah.
All right, bye.
Where do I locate this at?
Trello.com, I think it is. TRELLO.com. Like I said, there's a free version. Let me know if you do decide to do it and you want like the Gary board and the EXP board. I can easily toss over those boards to you. My assistant will make it so that you can see it and copy it. And then once you copy it, it's on your board and you can arrange and do whatever you want to with it. But you'll have all the links and everything.
Now, when you send it to me, you send it in like a Word or PDF file, or is it in a link?
No, there's a link, and then the link allows you to see my board, and then some magical internet stuff happens, and I'm not sure how the internets all work. But then you get it on your side, and you can copy it on your side. So Ava knows more about it than I do. Really, for me, let me share the last part about it. Here's what I like. Here's the other part that I really like. Let's go. Actually, let's go. Which one? Gina to do. There's a bunch of stuff in here. All right. So all I have to do if I want to move something is literally pick it up and drag it over and move it. And then I'm done. I'm just done. So that's the other part that I really like about this, is just super easy to maneuver stuff around. Once you, yeah. Yep. So it tracks my life, because without it, yeah.
So you do that instead of the calendar.
I have a calendar that will interface with my calendar. So my assistant can put all my dates and everything onto it, and it will pop up automatically into my calendar. I also use Calendly so that I can get it out to other people for calendaring stuff. But I really use it to track the processes of all of people and where they are, and then all the other events and things that I've got going on. So I'm going to build classes. I'm building videos. So I started out just with a brain dump of all the videos, ideas, and then as I'm completing them, I'm moving them over, and then they go into editing, and then they go live. So it's just tracking what videos I've done, what my ideas are, and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of organizational stuff.
Right now I use a calendar, and then I have attachments to calendars to my to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
I have several to-do lists.
Exactly.
On Google, you can have more than one to-do list.
Yep.
So on my list is a to-do list that I put everything on. It's on a Word, and I just copy and paste there. Then I just check them off as I go. Right.
Speaking of to-do lists and calendaring and organization, because I like this conversation, what kinds of trips? Wow. What kinds of tricks and tips do you guys use with calendaring? Oh my gosh. All right. Help me out, y'all. What do you guys do?
How much were you drinking last night?
Oh my gosh, not even sugar. Apparently that's my problem. Wow. All right, more coffee. Go. What do you guys use and do that works for you guys? I know Bonetta was talking about her weekly calendar. She talked about it last night also, and that's really helpful. What else you guys got?
I just use Google Calendar.
Any, like, when you have big projects, do you block out more time? Do you block out time during the day? Are you like really regimented 9 to 5 and then the rest is it? Or does it just bleed all over? Do you do end times for your stuff? What do you guys got? I know there's advice out there.
On Google Calendar, I use everything goes on the calendar.
Mhm.
I've got somewhere to go, do, meet, conversation. If she has something I have to do, it all goes on there on a time frame. And like this one is public, but most of my stuff is you can mark private, so no one else can see your calendar. So all the things like all my calendars for Mojo follow-ups and all the stuff, they all interact with this calendar. So all my follow-ups show up on my calendar. So every morning I open a calendar, have it first, so I can see that I got follow-ups and stuff in the afternoon. I've got time blocked out for my calling, time for follow-up, lunch blocked out, dinner blocked out, and I have a tentative 2 appointments set every day, 2:30 and 7 blocked out. So all I do is fill in that time frame of that date. And then I have a bunch of things, reminders like setting up goals, calling a certain person or doing a certain thing, or, and all of those are on there. They're all private, so no one can see that. That's how I work, right off that calendar. And then I have on my, I've got 3 monitors here on my screen.
Mhm.
Have a tab that's daily work, EXP, Gary, real estate, and Michael's repair, and a bunch of other stuff. But I go to daily work to start with, and that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, it's got my website, it's got my land voice, it's got call capture, Mojo, all these things on here that I work every single day.
Yep.
People search, how to pronounce.com, all that stuff.
It's Essery.
That's correct. But yeah, so I mean, all that stuff is there. That's how I do it. But it was hard for me to get in the habit of open up the calendar every morning, and it was hard for me to put everything on the calendar. Now that I do that, it took me about 3 or 4 months to get the habit. Now that I do that, I don't miss things unless I don't put it on the calendar.
Exactly. If you want it to exist, it's got to go on your calendar, period. I was resistant to calendaring also, and I used to be paper calendar girl, and I was really resistant to going onto the computer. And I did the stupidest thing for a while. I kept 2 calendars. I did a family calendar when I had the kids and a work calendar. And then I butchered everything because I double booked over the top. So yeah, exactly. So one calendar to rule them all. And once I got used to calendar online, so I used Calendly because before Google was really functional, you know, a long time ago, Calendly did all the stuff. Google now does it all too. I use this and my world lives on this. Like if it's not on, this is my calendar. And if it's, yeah, and it's like literally it's back to back to back to back to back to back, which it'll never get done. It just will never. Yeah. I don't even know when I meet people that don't do calendars and real estate, I'm like, and it's not like they're geniuses. No, falls through the cracks all the time. I'm like, how are you doing this? How do you live? You know?
Right.
Don't know. Really don't. So I highly recommend calendars. If you, I also recommend that you block out things that you can't change first. Things like, you know, your kids' birthdays and your wedding anniversary, and because you ain't changing that. And if you forget it, people are really upset with you. Vacations, school plays, all that kind of stuff that you can't change. And then put in your lead generation next. And your health goals, like if you work out, that goes in there. Those are the most important things that are centered around the big things in your life. a main goal for health, the workout goal, the lead generation goal, maybe something financially, mentally, spiritually, those kinds of things, that goes in there. And then all the rest of the stuff goes in and slides in between all of it.
Gina, just a quick question about the Trello board.
Yeah.
When you put those items in there and you're tracking, like, your agent attraction process or whatever, is there a project management piece that's embedded there that allows you, like, if you're working with one person to do the agent attraction stuff, in addition to the outline that you have there of what the steps are you able to document that with each
All prep.
individual person?
Yep. So I can assign tasks to other people. So these are Ava tasks, and they'll flip back over to me. So like with us in agent attraction, I set up the initial texting and messaging. She handles that. Then as soon as it gets to the appointment, it kicks over to me. I handle the appointment. Then it goes back into her I handle the actual talking, goes back to her to get them booked on Gary's calendar and my calendar. And then it goes back to me where we're doing that together. And then I handle from that point, I handle the follow-up. And then once we get them set for the appointment, goes back to her, she handles the appointment, and then she handles onboarding. So it's a constant flip back and forth between the two of us.
And so even if you're juggling or talking to 6 people at a time about agent attraction, you can track the individual steps that they've been through
Mhm.
under each person
That's
through
cool.
Trello. That's fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool. It really is. I again was resistant to that too. Apparently I'm old and resistant to new tools.
Preach.
Right, I know.
No
Me
comment.
too.
So I
It's so
played
good.
first. I set up, I think I started with the to-do list and just kind of played with it and dumped my brain onto there. And then once I spent a little bit of time kind of organizing sort of my head, I was like, oh, I really like this. I'm going to be full disclosure. There's a lot of automation that you can do within Trello also. I do not know how to do it. I had to turn it over to Ava and I had to say, look, I want this, to do that, to do that. And then she makes magic happen. I just know what I want it to do.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anything else for anybody before we close out?
One quick thing
Yeah.
I do,
Yeah.
and that is I put the things that are administrative in the evening, not during the day.
Oh, that's very good. You get it out of your lead generation time.
Yeah.
Prospecting's in the morning. Everything else is afternoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amen to all that. It really, really is. So cool beans, you guys. Exactly right. All right.
Y'all are awesome. Mike, Gina, Bonetta, y'all are awesome. Thank you.
So are you, Mr. Green Thumb. All right. Have an amazing Thursday. Go sell a house.